Went back to work for 3 months, got laid off for another week, went back to work for a week, laid off for 2 more weeks, then they laid us off.
So now I have no place to live, I have no money, I have no job, I have no husband, I have no kids.
I found myself bottles being thrown at me. I found eggs being thrown at me by young teenagers who didn't understand, that they could be homeless one day.
Richard, Angelee, and Donald are just 3 of the thousands of stories of homelessness here in the Valley. People dealing with job loss, family issues, addiction, and mental illness. These people had nowhere to turn to and nowhere to go until they found the Human Services Campus.
Checking in that night was a really easy process. The people there were really, really, really nice. Every staff member I came across actually cared.
They helped me. I mean, everything you need to have, they would give you. They give you food, they give you bus pass, they help you with your resume, they will help you do anything that you need and go down. And I told that to a couple of people to do that. And I have my own apartment. They do help you with housing, and if you're willing to help yourself, they're going to be behind you 150%.
They were always encouraging, whatever circumstance happened to you today or what happened to you last night, build on that. My grandfather used to say, where there's adversity, there's opportunity.
And that's just what the Human Services Campus provides. An opportunity for a fresh start, a lifetime of change. Not just one bed, one night, one meal, but rather a wealth of services to help those in need.
You need to go to this place. They have a one-stop shop for help and resources. You don't even have to leave to start your life over.
Some lives take longer to start over. Donald, a Vietnam veteran, spent decades on Valley streets living out of a shopping cart. He resisted services because he thought he felt more comfortable alone. That eventually changed.
When I was sleeping on the streets, instead of sleeping on a bench like this, I would sleep behind the bench, just in case somebody would come by, throw water or throw bottles filled with paint and stuff like that. See.
He started coming into meals at St. Vincent de Paul. He then came into the Lodestar Day Resource Center. We got him hooked up with a caseworker that he really liked, and he spent some time in the men's outreach shelter. And before you knew it, he got housed.
After decades living on the streets, Donald, through the help of the Human Services Campus, secured permanent housing in 2008 and continues today to live an independent life. Angelee's road to permanent housing was different. After years of battling drug addiction and losing her children, the Human Services Campus provided the tools necessary for her to get back on her feet.
They take the weight off of you, and they also say, this is how we need to get you back into the program of living. Because when you're out on your own, you're going to have chores. You're going to have times you need to eat. You're going to have times you need to shower. You're going to have times that you need to sleep. They try and level you out.
Services at the campus allowed Angelee to find stability, and she was able to develop a plan to rebuild her life. She lives with her husband and 2 children in their Glendale home. You'll often find them playing with their puppies or swimming in their pool. Life is good. As for her job, Angelee is one of the top producers as a college enrollment coordinator. Not only is she helping others to meet their goals, she now has chosen to further her own education.
2 weeks ago, came to the conclusion that if I'm going to sell it, I might as well be it. So I'm in school now too. I'm going to get my Bachelor's of Science, Business Administration with a technology emphasis.
Richard never thought he'd be homeless, but the downturn in the economy cost him his job and ultimately led him to the Human Services Campus, where everyone is treated with dignity and given new opportunities to succeed.
It's just a community that helps you. That's what I mean. You do not feel, I'm getting goosebumps. You don't feel like you're homeless. That's the whole thing. That's what even blew me away, because even though I can tell them that I was homeless, it never seemed homeless, because you take showers, you eat. I had more there than I did on my own, to tell you the truth.
Richard is a prime example of how this campus can work when the services offered are fully utilized. People quickly pass through the shelter and enter permanent housing, which is exactly what happened with Richard.
They trusted me. They gave me, I never seen this before too. I'm 53 years old at the time. I came into this place, I didn't know how it was gonna be, but it was a regular apartment. I had to sign a lease for 6 months, and they trusted me. They trusted me so much that they said that they got me in without a job. If it wasn't for Cass, LDRC, and the people around, it wouldn't have been like that, you know, because they build you up still, you know. No matter what, I'm still a survivor, but to have those people behind you, and especially with me and all that, it's awesome. It showed me that, you know, people, they care, people care, you know, and they cared about me, you know, and I want to thank them because right now, it is a new start.
This story doesn't end here. There are thousands of people just like Richard, Angelee, and Donald who found themselves at rock bottom. But thanks to the Human Services Campus, there is a way out. There is hope, which translates into new jobs, new lives, and new homes. It's happening every day.
I am home.
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 I'm home.
I am home.
I am home.
I am home.
I am home.